Peguei nada avulso.
Ok.
Tá rouco ainda.
Aladinho.
Geladinho. Comeu.
Vou espantar, tá atrás do céu, acho. O banheiro vai entrar. Ah! Canalha.
Bando.
2 pro banheiro. Esse cara, mano.
Sai da minha frente.
Coreano!
Здравствуйте, вы очень необычно выглядите. Вы в
Caralho,
наушниках?
Coreia, moleque!
Вы в наушниках?
Да?
В наушниках, да? А какая песня играет у вас?
Cara, para de me dar dinheiro!
Postos. Aqui. Localização.
Nice, guys. Let's
Stay
go.
safe, guys.
Eu tô minha bala, velho. Tem que dar meus pulos.
Vamos PCK, vamos PCK.
Parede aqui.
Vai.
Tô minha bala.
Muito bom, velho.
Vou beitar. Mas eu não tenho bala.
Zero bala, mano. Trigger discipline at your peak.
Ai,
Esse
mano.
jogo mesmo? Não é comigo.
Boa, agora é...
Recarregando.
Lobos.
Caralho. Que perigo, mano.
Olha a costa, né? Já que nosso moleque serve pra isso.
Só na HE mesmo. Guys, não tô conseguindo comprar a bola, bugou. Bugou a bola.
Abaixa a bola, maninho.
O que você fez com a bola?
Bugou, olha o mapa, meu Deus. Cara.
Onde tá a bola?
Ô Coreia, tá meio estranha essa nova agente que lançou aqui, a Red Hot, mano. Fui pesquisar aqui no Google, entrei no primeiro link e ela começou a gritar isso aqui no vídeo, mano.
Ah, não, calma aí. Filho da puta! Eu sabia que ia vir essa. Eu sabia, cara.
Não sei de back meio.
Seja de novo, ó. Paga do Agnes.
Mano, não vi nada aqui pra você meio.
Ai!
Não escutou ninguém. Pensei que eu já vi.
Spike comigo.
Nada antena. Aí, aconteceu. Eu mato a antena já.
Resta um inimigo.
Tá, torre.
Parece que eu era mais forte.
Isso! Não! Por quê? Ah, mano, que jogo horrível, velho. Que jogo troll, mano.
I think my read on the situation, especially not listening to, but reading what Les was saying after the game against EG, is he was having big issues with the way that they picked the maps, and so they were having this conversation that you were having already at the event, and they were not agreeing with it, and I think that leads to a rift, specifically between the coaching staff and the leaders of the team, which would be Les in this case and potentially Sadak. And that is where you start to lose trust and start to lose confidence, especially with a bunch of inexperienced young players around you. Despite the fact that they've been to a bunch of LANs, if you're still young and you see your other people who have won championships before, like having this discussion and not necessarily even hiding the criticisms of your coaching staff, then you're in a little bit of trouble. So I actually levy a little bit of criticism towards Les specifically because of some of his comments. When you're I don't know, you can't go so harsh on your coaching staff when you are kind of the guy who is, in a lot of the instances in game, relying on the trust of your teammates and forcing yourself to be in these positions 2vx or whatever, where it's clear that you're not really trusting tooeys to make the right play and you're trying to make hero plays, which is not what Loud is founded on. You can't be like that.
And Les as well, they've been talking about that they're like trying to like groom him into more of like a leader for the future of the team as well. Like at the end of Americas, like there was interviews where Sadak was like, yeah, I want my boys to be able to call. I want Les to be able to do this, giving him more more space to come up with ideas in the mid round, and they've talked about that with this coaching staff as well. Like you would like to see a little bit more maturity publicly about that kind of stuff, I think.
But also, I think the real learning moment for him is that on his journey to become somebody that is like leading a team, you're going to have knocks, you're going to make the wrong call, and being able to bounce back from that and actually learn from those moments is really important. So
Absolutely.
I think the thing that defines Loud for this year is going to be their Champions run, as it was last year. Last year, they had almost the exact same narrative. They did incredibly well, made it to the finals of the first tournament, bomb out in the second tournament, then they won Champions. There's different reasons why they did all of those things, but the path is similar. I think it comes down to whether or not they can pick things back up and get that system working again.
And despite, by the way, this run being way more underwhelming than the Copenhagen run, even though that was a group stage exit, I felt like those games were at least a little bit more close, and it didn't look as disjointed, even though they still went out. Despite this one being worse, I still have more faith in them now because I've seen it so many times. This team can bounce back, and even in the regular season, you can argue that sometimes they bounce back in some of the more important and tough matches. And I just love more of what they've been doing this year in terms of meta development, even though I haven't been a fan of what they've done at this event and towards the tail end of Americas. And I think they should be able to find that common ground between the two sides of whatever argument might be going on and achieve what they did at Lock-In again.
Top gen, jet.
Spike plantada.
Wait for me.
I think he's just walk up and flash top gen, kill him.
Cuidado com os olhos.
Último jogador vivo.
Hello?
Localizando.
Bora! Tô vazando! Vazando daqui!
Estimulante. Lá vai, clarão!
Spike no chão, B.
E nem nós fizemos, né?
Fundo. Aí, é só fundo. Que isso?
Nossa, Lula! Cara.
One enemy remaining.
Teleport's ready. There they are. Spike planted.
Não conhece o princípio que o cara mata você, velho.
Exato, eu bato FPS, maninho.
Nossa, guys, de coração, velho. Se tem um cara que joga essa merda nesse jogo, mano. Se tem um cara que joga essa merda nesse jogo, sou eu, mano.
Ah, resta a meada.
Você foi no bom, calma, não aparece não.
A meada, rei. Só dá.
One enemy remaining.
Tá meado esse, acho. Que isso?
Peraí, não tá carregando.
Calma, guys, que eu sou meio oru, guys. Poxa!